Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Polki Bowl. Today we are going to talk about what's happening in Pakistan and how India can respond to it or not at all. So in today's video, we are not going to talk about or go in depth about what exactly is happening in Pakistan. We know there's a lot of instability over there. Ex-Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested. He's now just been released on bail just like an hour or two ago. Just read some news that he's being released on bail. The Supreme Court of Pakistan determined his arrest to be illegal. He was arrested by the Pakistani Rangers, right? And he was taken to the group headquarters of the Pakistani army in Rawalpindi, which is a big deal. And this has caused a lot of instability in Pakistan. There has been a lot of violent protests. People have literally sacked buildings. They have burned down institutional buildings, and literally, I think they even ransacked one army headquarter too. So not exactly a safe situation in Pakistan. Not exactly a normal thing. And there is been this has been brewing for a while. This has been brewing for a while. Imran Khan has been trying to become the prime minister again. He wants an early election. He wants elections where he can stand in again and become the prime minister because he genuinely believes he has the support. And it does look like he has some very decent support in Pakistan, right? And not just in Pakistan, the Pakistani diaspora across the world, especially in the UK, they definitely support him. Young people support him. A lot of other factions support him. In fact, there are parts of the army also, of the Pakistani army, that support Imran Khan. So this is new, and this really shows that he's not just your regular run-of-the-mill disposable politician in Pakistan. This is a guy who's there for the long haul, whether for better or worse we don't know. But this begs the question, right? Like, with so many things happening in Pakistan, do not forget, a nuclear powered nation. Do you Not nuclear powered, like a nation which is a nuclear power. I would say, what exactly should India do in this situation? So I know a lot of people are feeling schadenfreude, thinking कि हाँ अच्छा हो रहा है इनके साथ ऐसे ही होना चाहिए और खराब हो जाए. And this is like coming from a lot of like big political commentators. Now, while that is understandable, we should always remember that it's while it's I wouldn't while it is great that a rival of ours is actually facing problems, do not forget that once again Pakistan has nuclear power. If it disintegrates, there are going to be a lot of problems. Okay, if those nukes fall into the wrong hands, it could mean a lot of problem for India and a lot of the world in general, if you think about it. That's one. Second, Pakistan, if something happens over there, please remember there will be refugees. Okay, the northwest of India will face a deluge of refugees they haven't seen since 1947. Okay, and it won't be pretty because these are people of another country, correct? Like, this is another diaspora, another population entirely, that we will be facing. Okay, what are we going to do? Like, these people are gonna come over here, in search of like safety, in search of shelter, food, basic human rights, right? So what are we going to do at that time? India should be prepared for that, firstly, and also remember that too much instability will definitely cause a problem like this. And if you think that's not true, let me remind you of the Bangladesh war, or the Bangladesh war of independence, whatever you want to call it. During that time, there were a lot of refugees that arrived in northeast of India, especially West Bengal. Yeah, so please do not forget that could cause a lot of problems for everyone, you know. So that is, having said that, like, a too unstable of a Pakistan will also be a problem. Please remember that India needs to stop looking at Pakistan as its biggest problem. It's not. Our biggest challenger, I would say, is China. We should be setting our aims higher. Like, okay, I think we have superseded Pakistan. We are a country that respects all religions, correct? Unlike Pakistan, which does not. India in general is like, you know what, we have our own problems, but we are more inclusive than most countries in this entire world. Okay, so we are going to be like, okay, let's just like, okay, we'll sort out our issues, but we'll grow, and we need to become like a economic powerhouse. We need to become like a superpower while ensuring that the millions, billions of people that we have, they also get some growth. And please remember, economic growth does not happen when there is war. Okay, anytime there is war, India needs to avoid war for the next 30, 40 years. Okay, at least 3, 4, 5 decades, India needs to avoid war so that it can solely focus on, science and technology, economics and stuff like that. Basically like upliftment of everyone within the country, as soon as possible. Do something similar to what China has done while not sacrificing human rights and freedoms, basically. So coming back to Pakistan, like this is actually a point about Pakistan if you think about it, right? Like we shouldn't take them that seriously. Like ठीक है यार, एक बच्चा फेल हो रहा है, एक बंदा फेल हो रहा है तुम्हारे क्लास में जो जिससे तुमको मतलब सख्त नफरत है. This dude is failing, like you know it, but you shouldn't feel good that hey, you know what, I got 60 out of 100, this guy got 20 out of 100, he failed, I'm better than him. No, you should be looking at the person who has 80 on 100. You look at the person who has 90 out of 100. 80 on 100 is China, obviously. 90 on 100 is the US and the collective West. Correct. So we should aim our set our aim higher in general is what I would say. mm, and think of Pakistan as something which is going to stay no matter what. Like, let me assure you of that. I'll tell you why. You must be thinking, what do you mean by they're going to stay forever, this and that? Like, maybe in a few hundred years, who knows? But at least for the next 100 or 150 years, they'll definitely stay. And the reason is very simple. Pakistan is very effective against India. Like, it's a great insurance against India. What if tomorrow India becomes too powerful, too big? What are the rival powers going to do? They're going to prop up Pakistan. That's exactly what they're going to do. So Pakistan is very much useful for people who do not want to see India do well. Okay, as simple as that. Anytime India feels that we need to like flex our muscles a little more, Pakistan will be used as someone who's going to be a great deterrent against us. At least it will cause us a lot of problems. Don't forget about it. Like people, defense analysts always say that the worst possible thing that India can happen to India from a military standpoint is that we'll be fighting a 2.5 front war. Okay, like basically on the eastern front it will be China, on the western front it will be Pakistan, and the point 5 is basically the dissident elements within the country that can be propped up. Like we do have Naxals, do not forget. So when you have something like that, like, and it's like a strategic position that they have, right? So please do not forget that Pakistan is extremely useful, however bad the conditions are over there, for people who do not like us. For them, Pakistan will be very useful from a geopolitical, Machiavellian perspective, if you're just going to look at it very objectively. And it's been done before. Let's not forget. Pakistan did not just stand up on its own for the last 60, 70 years. It had a lot of outside help. Even right now, it's cozying up to China, and China is Pakistan's biggest trade partner, just by the way. And the partnership is going to get stronger and stronger. Yeah, the partnership is going to get stronger and stronger, which makes you realize, what should India do once again in this situation if China is cozying up to Pakistan? Very simple. The only option we have is probably, we need to either make peace with the Chinese, improve relations with them, ensure they are not a threat, and vice versa, but also hedge your bet a little bit on the West. Okay, we need to do that while ensuring we also retain our streak of independence in terms of policy making. In terms of a stance, India's non-alignment movement thingy that happened during the Cold War. If you ask me, even now we follow the same procedure. Okay, even right now our policy is the same. We are not on either on the Western bloc or on the Eastern bloc or any side. Russia, China apni jagah pe, USA and the collective West apni jagah pe, but we are going to do what we are going to do. Okay, which reminds me of my conversation during my podcast with Dhaval, right, where essentially India is the deciding vote in the 21st century. Which way does the world go? Wherever India joins, is that side is going to win. As simple as that. Okay. So India should take this opportunity with both hands. Our focus should definitely be on maintaining peace in our country and outside, but mainly ensuring our borders are safe. And a crumbling Pakistan is a dangerous prospect. Once again, I would like to remind you. People, I have heard some insane takes. Okay, I've heard some people say, जाके है ना POK ले लेते हैं अभी time है, we'll go and take POK. I'm like, are you just stupid or what? Like, let's the first thing that's going to happen is that entire country is going to unite against us. The international community is going to unite against us. Okay, even if it is disputed land, from our standpoint, a stolen land, the international community will be like, boss, there is aggression from India. Okay, like you're literally starting a war. Not like there isn't enough of it already happening on the world scale. It's not going to happen. Okay, nobody's going to benefit from it. Not even to talk about the loss of lives and like efforts and resources and stuff like that. Okay, just stop talking shit. Okay, and first of all, I've always had this problem with people harboring ambitions about POK. Like, but aren't there parts of India that need development? Yeah, as long as we retain what we have and improve what we have, that's the most important thing. जो है उसको इतना अच्छा करो that other parts of the world are like, you know what, हमको इंडिया के पास आने का है. Okay, like, or we become as close to India as possible, which is exactly what the United States did, at least a part of it. There are other things also they did, but my point is that be attractive by improving yourself. Okay, I'm not Andrew Tate, but in general, just improve. India needs to focus on its own geography, okay, in terms of development, and then things will fall into place for us. Okay, military aggression ऐसा वो video game नहीं है. Once again, yeah, we'll just go for it. Yeah, we'll go for the kill. Let's take them. क्यों, क्या मतलब, are you stupid? Yeah. एंड देन हु इज़ गोइंग टू हैंडल दैट एरिया? तुम तो नहीं जाओगे, तुम तो एयर कंडीशनिंग में बैठ के मोबाइल पे ऐसे टक 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 करोगे. आर आर्मी पीपल हैव टू गो ओवर देयर, आर जवान्स हैव टू गो ओवर देयर. यू थिंक दे विल बी वेलकम्ड विद ओपन आर्म्स ओवर देयर? Who's going to answer for the loss of lives over there? Yeah, we are. And do you know how much a war costs? थोड़ा सा पढ़ लो. Okay, छोटा सा भी एक एक्शन होता है ना, even if you have a month long or a 2 month long like full scale war, it costs billions of dollars. Okay, which will cause huge problems in our country. वो अभी जाके हम कोविड, डीमॉन और उन सब चीज़ों से बाहर आ रहे हैं, and we are still doing well. Frankly, we are still doing well. So from a short term perspective, let Pakistan do whatever it wants to do. From a medium term perspective, ensure that Pakistan and China don't get too close, while also maintaining like a good hedge with America, like good relations with America. And of course, keep focusing on improving yourself from an economic and a military standpoint. And lastly, from a long term perspective, like a 50 to 100-year perspective, right, India should basically just ensure that India becomes the most powerful country in the region. Okay, China can have its sphere of influence, India can have its sphere of influence. Okay, but we can literally try to cozy up to Afghanistan. We almost did until the Taliban took over, no doubt about it. But keep doing it. लेके आओ यार उनके और लोगों को आईपीएल में लेके आओ, अफगानिस्तान के लोगों को. Genuinely do that. That God knows that country needs help. Okay, God knows that country needs help. But in general, I would say, again, from a long-term perspective, India should become so strong it doesn't have to completely rely on the West and the rivals of the Chinese to stave off aggressions from either side. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. That's what I think. Those are my thoughts on what's happening in Pakistan and what should India do about it. Basically nothing. Don't do anything. Just improve. Just put all your focus on improving your economy and your military. Okay, that's exactly how we are going to win in the long run. In the long run, India has a bright future, but countries that are, theocracies without any real fundamental truth to why you exist, they're not going to exist. Okay, they're not going to survive in the future. And whenever they stop surviving, we basically have to be in a position where we can stave off the fallout, so to say, from whenever that happens. So yeah, that's about it. This was Saurabh from Polkeball on Pol. Sorry, this was Polkeball on Pakistan and what should India do about it. Thank you so much, folks. It was lovely speaking to you. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon to start the notification. यही बोलते हैं ना यूट्यूबर, हाँ, ऐसा बेल बजाओ यार, वो नोटिफिकेशन आएगा जब मैं अपलोड करूँगा. So thank you so much and do let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. Even if you disagree, that's fine. Thank you.